Going on, everyone, and welcome to the video. My name's Hayden and you are watching FBA TV. In this video, I'm going to talk about the lessons that I've learned, some of the 3 key fundamental lessons that I've learned whilst building my Amazon FBA business. Now, look, I started coming up to 3 years ago now. Okay, so I'm coming into my 3rd Q4 right now. It was really tough. It was really tough when I started, and it felt like it was probably not going to be the business for me. Okay, just, e-commerce in general. Obviously, I sell on Amazon. My plan isn't to just sell on Amazon. It's, building our store up and Shopify and stuff eventually. But look, right now we've got a good Amazon FBA business. Okay, so let's talk about that. I didn't think that it was going to be the business for me, and the reasons were because I had struggles to start with. I didn't have much money to start with. I started with literally a couple of grand. I think it was like £1,000, £2,000. We're now doing multiple 6 figures a year. Not high 6 figures, but we're doing multiple 6 figures a year, more than 100,000. Way more than 200,000. By the end of the year, I think it should be 350,000 that we've done this year, something like that. In the last 12 months. Who knows? Depends on how Q4 goes. So we don't do millions, but my plan next year is to do over £1 million, pounds. But obviously, that's we'll see how that goes. The reasons that I struggled to start with was because, as I said, didn't have much money. Didn't have much money. I didn't understand the business. I didn't understand Amazon Seller Central. It looked like a bloody plane's cockpit to me. Didn't understand it at all. It was a lot to take in. But getting to the stage where I'm at now, I can honestly say that Amazon and e-commerce in general, now I can't speak much for it because I've only mainly done Amazon, but from what I see from my friends and the opportunities that are out there, it just looks like the biggest and best opportunity, if you're interested in this space. There's so much opportunity. But unfortunately, a lot of people think that it's, either too saturated or it's too much competition. I did, and stuff like that. And that's true in certain areas. However, what I have learned, and this is number one, this is tip number one, major lesson number one, is that those that stick with it, those that stick with this business and really give it their all and don't have the mindset that says, I'm going to leave if this doesn't work, right? That I'm actually going to figure out another way to make it work if it doesn't work, then I don't think then people will ever be out this game. Unless Amazon closes its doors or something like that. I honestly don't think you can. I think one of the key lessons that I've learned, is to have the correct mind space and know how to say to yourself that if this doesn't work, I'll find another way. And those people that are really successful have that exact mindset. If it doesn't work, they know that they can make it work by doing something else. Let's say, for example, the UK gets too saturated, which it probably is, by the way, right now. Not too saturated. Some make it work, but for a lot of people, it seems too saturated. Definitely for just doing vanilla OA and trying to do deal sheets, for example. That's too saturated, in my opinion. Just the vanilla OA that are doing things from deal sheets, in the UK. However, a lot of people would have given up once that got too saturated. And then they're the sort of trolls that you get on YouTube saying that Amazon doesn't work, by the way, because I've had a few of them. However, there's other people that when they realise it doesn't work, they do something else. Me being a prime example, I now do 2 different models compared to what I started in. Now I do OA in the USA, but I would argue it's a different model because it's in the USA. Slightly different. And I do another thing as well. So what I'm saying is, those that decide they're not going to quit if it doesn't work, but they're going to pivot and they're going to do something different. That is a number one determining factor if you're going to be successful in e-commerce. From the people that I've interviewed, from my friends in this space, from my personal experience, I'm not an expert, but I'm making a lot of progress in this game. That seems to be the determining factor. Giving up is not an option. Now, having said that, I almost gave up. I said to my coach that helped me, I said, if this doesn't work, I'm out. I'm out of the Amazon game, and I'm so glad that she stayed. She made me stay in this. But that was one of the key determining factors. Those that decide giving up is not an option, they're going to find a different way. Now, number 2 is literally all about the people that you surround yourself with. The people that you surround yourself with. That's where your ideas will come from if you're struggling with ideas. If you're in a really negative community that's just based, once again, I use it as an example, online arbitrage in the UK, and you don't want to do anything else, you know, blah, 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 then look, you're probably going to be surrounded by people that are also really negative about that, complaining about price tanking, things like that. You need to surround yourself with people so that you become someone that is not realizing, you know, there's two types of people. There's people that realize that the house is on fire and they scream and they say the house is on fire. I heard this example from Stephen Bartlett. They scream and they say the house is on fire. And then there's a second type of people that don't have to say the obvious, that the house is on fire, but they're looking for a way out of the fire. They're looking for an active way that they can resolve this problem. You want to be that second person, and you want to be surrounding yourself with people. You want to be surrounding yourself with people that are that second type of people, because they're not just going to sit and moan about the issues. They're going to sit there and they're going to think about a way out. And then when they find a way out, if you've given enough value to them at the same time, if you share value when you find it and give it to them, they're going to feel obliged to give it back to you subconsciously. It's just how good relationships work, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's not manipulative or anything like that. It's just a good relationship. You give, you get, you get, you give, you give, you get. Okay, forwards and backwards, good relationship. If you do that, then you will come into a zone, you will come to a time where they will start telling you an opportunity. It could be a massive one, could be a small one, but it's going to push you a little bit more forwards. If you surround yourself with the wrong people, they're going to give you the wrong opportunities, and they're also going to subconsciously probably start persuading you to. Hey everyone, got some exciting news. So I've just got a sponsor for this YouTube channel, and the sponsor is Awesome, the accounting and bookkeeping service. They're going to help sponsor this YouTube channel so that I can push it further and further. Now, Awesome I've personally been using for around about a year and a half now, and what I love about Awesome is that their pricing is great. I think it's very fair pricing, and I don't think that you can get a better accountant for the price. And also, on top of that, they use something that's quite unique. So they use their own software, which integrates things like Link My Books, Xero, and things like that. And not only that, you've got all of your account summaries on the dashboard. You've got a chat that you can chat to them at any time. They're on My Books, my accounting and bookkeeping all the time, so that me and my team can focus on doing what makes us money, which is obviously selling on Amazon. So if you do want to check them out, I've managed to actually get a 2 months free accounting for anyone that uses the link below. And I would highly recommend that you save that. If you're not going to use it now, save it so that you can use it on a later date for your accounting, because obviously that's a bit of a no-brainer. But anyway, thanks for watching. Let's get back to the video. Leave the game rather than persist and find a different way through it. Okay, so number 2 is the people you surround yourself with. It is so important. Okay, that's a key lesson that I've learned. Number 2. And number 3, okay, now number 3, I haven't thought about this, by the way. I'm not making these up on the spot. I'm thinking about these on the spot as if someone interviewed me right now. Okay, now number 3, I would say that the third most important thing to do is being willing to change the current plan, the current route that you have. So it's very similar to the last couple of things that I've said, but you've got to be willing to pivot. A lot of people are so set in their ways, right? And they continue. I see these people doing this, like let's use UK OA, for example, as another example. They're making like 800 quid a month or something. They're putting a lot of time into it, a lot of energy into it. They're managing everything. They haven't outsourced it. They think it's like never. They think it's just gone to shit basically. But they keep doing it, and they do it over and over again, month after month after month. They complain about it. They do it, but they're still doing it. They're making nothing. When all that time, I can guarantee you, and I know this for sure, that there's people that realised it's an opportunity, pivoted into something else. They're creaming that opportunity for everything that's got. They're rinsing it for everything it's got, and they're doing a lot more money for the same effort, for the same energy, for the same effort that the other person has just spent on this old opportunity that's dying. Now, it's not to say it won't come back. It's not to say that you can't pick things from the old opportunity that will still work. But if you're trying to rinse an opportunity that has already been rinsed, or it's overly rinsed at the moment, you need to wait and go back to it later on, or you need to find a different way to rinse a different opopportunity. Like, those of you who get this will just get this, right? There's so many opportunities, right? At the end of the day, all you're trying to do on Amazon or e-commerce, right? But let's stick with Amazon because that's what this channel's about. You need to create good listings. You need to have good offerings that customers want. Okay. Now people get very confused, thinking that they can only. not consciously, by the way, but they think they don't realise that they can do this, right? They think that, oh, I've got to sell a deal that's on a deal sheet, or I've got to sell the deal that everyone else is selling. There's literally millions of products in the UK, the USA, Germany. You can create your own opportunities, or you can create your own listings, right, with other people's brands. You can contact brands, you can open accounts with them. There's so many opportunities that you can do, right? There's so many untapped opportunities. You can jump on listings where there's hardly anyone on and things like that. You can get into oversized stuff that sounds like a lot of effort, so it puts people off in the short term, but actually if you get the right systems and procedures and shipping details and get the right contacts, then it's not going to be effort, because it will just become your normal thing. You know, there's people, what dangerous goods stuff, I never got into that in the UK, for example. There's so many opportunities that people aren't doing. You get into dangerous goods, focus on dangerous goods, be the best at what you can with dangerous goods. It's not going to be effort for you once you're the best at it, because you've got the systems that other people haven't got. Therefore, it wipes out 95% of your competition. It's just opportunity everywhere. And number 3 is that, you know, you've got to be willing to pivot. You've got to be willing to open and see other opportunities and seize them and rinse them for everything they've got if the current opportunity isn't working that you're working on. So they're the 3 biggest things that I've learned. Okay, the 3 biggest things, and a lot of them are just mindset, to do with mindset, that I've learned, you know, and had success in and things like that, and also from the people that I've interviewed, from my friends in the space. I've got, you know, good friends in the space that are doing well. So look, that's it. I'm Hayden Davison, FBA TV. Goodbye. I'll see you in the next video.